Hello everyone, and thank you for having me in Seoul. It's my first time here. I'm very pleased to come from Paris to present you 푸드어셈블리, or as we call it in French, La Ruche qui dit oui. Why did we wanted to start a project in food retailing and agriculture? That's because we believe the actual retail model has led to an agriculture that is toxic for the world, for the earth, too industrialized. And if we want to support a new type of agriculture, which is better, more sustainable, we need to find a new way of distributing the food where the farmers will be in the center of the model and will be taking back the power from the retailers. So we try to find a new way of doing it. This is the missions we have and the idea where we're coming from. We try to find a mix of using the power of the communities and the power of the internet in order to build such a new model. So really what we try to do, our missions, is to empower the local communities and the farmers to have a better farm-to-door system, to build the technology, the tools, to make it working, more accessible, more efficient, to give access to local, fresh, quality food to as many people as possible. And of course we have a vision. We want to support the economic and the ecological transition to a better and more sustainable future. And we want that the agriculture get back the value, and we have more fairly paid job in the agricultural sector, which there have been difficulties in Europe as everywhere else in the world. And revalue, of course, the link to the food with the communities. So we try to do it with our values and the way we're trying to build this new system of food retailing is to do it in a very decentralized way, allowing strong collaboration of all the stakeholders, ensuring transparency in the system, which we believe is very important, support, of course, the transition, support local entrepreneurship, and trying to do it in an innovative, in a creative way. So in order to do that, we set up a model, which is still the same. We started 5 years ago in France, and the model of the food assembly is explained in the chart here. And I'm gonna give you more details of how it works. So first, it's starting from a local community through what we call the local host, the local organizer of this community, who wants to bring better food to their neighbors, to the local community. They will come on a platform and they will ask to create food assembly. Then our staff will open the food assembly on the platform, and we're going to enter the building process of the online marketplace. Then the host is responsible to find local producers, local members. On the producer side, he benefits from the power of all the other communities, and he can, where the producer's address book is shared between all the communities. So the host will try to find a complete offer of products locally: fruits, vegetables, meat, bread, dairy products, etc. Then once the assembly is ready, enough member, enough farmer, a place also to have the collection every week, the assembly can be open. And then the host, every week, will organize an online sale where the farmers are proposing their product directly. People will go online, they will pre-order the products on the platform up to 2 days before collection time. So everything is pre-ordered and prepaid. Sorry. And then once a week, farmers will deliver the members in the same collection place, always in the same time range, usually 2 hours in the evening, where people can go and grab the food they pre-ordered. So how does the system work? So in order to make a system sustainable, we have a business model which is important. What we try to do is to reverse the way a traditional food retail model would work. So the producer is in the center. He's the one that is choosing the price he wants to sell his food. So the member pays the producers, and then the producer will pay the service to the host, the organizer of the assembly, and to our company, the platform. It's a commission of 8%, around 8% on each side. On the host side, it allows to make sufficient revenue from the time spent to manage the local community, which is around 10 hours a week. And on the platform side, it allows to pay for the platform, the service we provide, and I'm going to go into more details just after that. So the platform is really a tool for the farmers. It's giving them a new way to sell food directly to the consumers through internet with their own online shop, a fair sales model. A lot of stuff is managed through the platform. There will be automatized and quick payments, tools for doing their accounting, tools to collaborate with other farmers to optimize their transportation, to do their communication. Of course, we provide services for them. They have support from the host, from the platform, and there's also some benefits in that. For example, they don't have any unsold stock because everything is sold in advance. And the host is also supporting them a lot to do the commercial work, organizational work that they don't have time to do well. And for the local communities, there's a lot of benefits also to start a food assembly. Usually the hosts who are doing that, they don't do it first for the revenue. Of course, the revenue is important to make it sustainable, but they do that mostly to recreate social connection locally, to support local economy, local farmers, to enable local people to have better food, to start, of course, an entrepreneurial project. And they have a bunch of responsibilities. As I said, they need to organize the weekly online sales, they will curate the online sale, they will organize the collection, they will take care of any problems that can happen during the collection, and they will get a compensation for the time spent, which is around 8% of the sales made online. So maybe we can show, I have a short video. And the video, it's a video to show it's coming from the UK market. Good reason of becoming a host.
The food assembly is part of a movement towards a fairer food system. It has to be fair to our food producers as well and connect everyone back to their food.
I was really appalled at how hard it was to get hold of vegetables that were local. That really motivated me to start thinking a lot more about food, and if I wanted it, how other people must also be wanting it.
Getting that sense of community is really important, and when you live in a big city, it's hard to feel that. The best thing about being a host is really to meet local people and to introduce them to some really great food.
It works really easily because it's so flexible. You can work when you want, in the evening and the afternoon.
Having a local area where all the food comes from just makes it much easier to have a relationship with your food, with your local farmer, and understand what goes into it.
My reward is walking into a room full of 200 or so people, 20 producers standing behind their tables, and knowing that we've built that from scratch. I feel quite proud of that achievement.
as long as you've got bags of enthusiasm, you love food, you love meeting people, those are really the 3 keys for success.
Don't wait for somebody else to do it. Take the ball by the horns and go for it.
So as you can see, the host of the assembly is really the key stakeholder of the project. Without the host, the project is not working, and that's very important in the way we're trying to propose the service, is that each assembly adapts to its local community. It can be different. There's no normalized, no streamlined. There's no normalized, no streamlined way of doing it. The host has the liberty to select the products he wants, the farmers he wants to work with. And at least the only limit each community must respect is that the products must come from 250 kilometers around the community. On average, it's 45 kilometers around each community, so it's very, very close. So what do we propose on the platform side? We propose the tools for all of the stakeholders so they can be as autonomous as possible, making the service possible. Making the service possible, yeah. For the producer, they have their own website where they can manage their catalog, they can manage their sale, their collection, and a lot of tools to make their life easier. Local hosts have their own platform to launch the sale, organize the collection, and everything. And on the consumer side is a very classic e-commerce website, as simple as possible, that can work on any platform, mobile, tablet, traditional computer. And we also have an iPhone app to make it easier. And the second thing we do as a company is to support the development of the network. For that we have 15 teams, 5 in France and 1 in all the other countries we set up. And the role of these network teams are to welcome, train, grow, and coordinate the network so it can work smoothly. Because even if it's very decentralized, we don't manage the clients directly, but we need to give the support and the training to the local host to make sure it works as well, as good as possible. Also, what we're trying to do as a company is trying to raise the awareness around the issues that are important to us, around sustainable agriculture, about local food system, and we try to make it in a more accessible, mainstream way. So in France we have an online magazine with more than 100,000 visits per month, pretty much the same in the UK. And we are very strong on the social medias, especially in France, our historical market. I'm not very good at that. So we started in France a bit more than 5 years ago, September 2011. And now we're in 9 countries over Europe, UK, Germany, Spain, Italy, Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark and Switzerland. The 3 last one we're just launching at the moment. There's 1,200 communities over Europe, and we have 80% of them are still in France, but we're growing everywhere else. And last year we had around 8,000 active producers and 170,000 active clients in the system. So this is really a European network today. We don't have the same brand everywhere because the project needs to be localized. That's what people are expecting with such a platform. In France our name is La Roche Kidiwi. In the UK Food Assembly, this is our name in Spanish, in Italian, in Dutch, and in Danish. So we are a bit different everywhere, but we have the same overall identity. The product, the platform is exactly the same everywhere. It's just a communication that's a bit different. So this is some faces of hosts from all over Europe. They all share this passion. They are all passionate people about food and about the issues that we all want to tackle. And they say thank you to you for the invitation. We hope that also in South Korea you're going to have a lot of initiatives to support local food system. I think what's important to say is not that one initiative is not enough. We need a lot of them. We need many options. We need to give the choice to the farmers so they can decide what is the best mix of channels of distribution for them. As soon as they get back the control, the power, so they can have a fair living of their work. That's very important, and we know that if we go in that direction, we will go to a better agriculture. A better retailing will drive us to a better agriculture. That's very important, putting people in contact and giving a fair price for the food we eat. Thank you very much.